Hey y'all, it's Candace here from Little Steps Big Happy. I share health and fitness tips for moms. So today is part 5. I think we're on 5. 5 sounds like about right. Today is part 5 of common dieting weight loss myths that make weight loss a whole lot harder than it needs to be. This series is all about things that I used to believe, things that I see other people believe that makes it all just so much more difficult than it needs to be. It's enough of a process as it is. Nobody needs to be making our lives any harder. These are things I used to do that once I really let go of them, got past them, kind of had an awakening. I don't know, that's a weird word. But once I realized that these were not helping me and I let them go, things got so much better, so much easier, so much more consistent. So if you haven't heard the other 4 yet, definitely go back and listen. There's some good stuff in there. Today, part 5, is all about the fact that bites, lists, licks, tastes, those little nibbles, they don't count. They don't matter. They're not hurting anything. So definitely used to be guilty of that. And I won't even lie, even now, this is something I struggle with. You know, when my kids have not finished their peanut butter and jelly, I'm like, ooh, that tastes good. I just want to finish that off real quick. There's a couple bites of this left. Sometimes when I'm eating my own food and I'm done, I'm satisfied. I know I really don't need any more, but there's a couple extra bites left. I have a really strong urge to finish them, to eat them just a little bit. Oh, it tastes so good. A little bit doesn't hurt. I should be able to live a little bit. You know, all of those thoughts, even now, go through my head. I've gotten considerably better at managing them and kind of being like, hey, no, Candace. But way back in the day, I never even thought about it. I would eat stuff like that and it wouldn't even faze me. I wouldn't even think about it. Even when I was trying to eat healthier, trying to lose weight, trying to do better, I would still eat that stuff. And I would still eat those little bites and a little taste here while I'm cooking and then a little taste there. And I would still eat it, even when I was trying to eat better, because in my mind, I really thought to myself, a little bit doesn't hurt. A little bit's fine. Here's the thing. Technically, that is true. A little bit is okay. But when you are telling yourself all day, all the time, a little bit's okay, a little bit's okay, a little bit more, it's not actually a little bit. And that's when it becomes a problem. And that's when it becomes something that's really kind of holding you back from what you're trying to do. So I'll give you an example. I peek in the cabinet, or the kids have gotten some crackers. They're left out on the floor. Crackers, my kryptonite. All the crackers, I love all the crackers. So I'm like, oh man, I want a cracker. But hey, in my head, there's this thought that like, hey, by the way, Candace, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to eat healthy, you know, crackers aren't the best thing for you. You're probably not even hungry. But the very next thought would be, a little bit doesn't hurt. So I get 2 crackers. And I think, okay, I'm good. And then I walk by again. And I'm like, well, maybe a couple more. And then again, 2 more won't hurt. You know, I keep this up. Next thing you know, half the crackers are gone. Half the bag of crackers is a problem. 1 or 2 crackers would not have been a problem. But when you allow that process, allow that thought, when that becomes something that's okay, then you don't ever really check yourself to see how often you're doing it, because in your mind, that's always okay. So it's okay right now, it's okay in a little bit, it's okay at lunch, it's okay at dinner, it's okay at snack time, it's okay after dinner, it's okay when you're getting ready to put the kids to bed. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this? So every time that you let yourself be like, a little bit doesn't hurt, a little bite's okay, a little bit's okay, you give yourself permission that next thing you know, you do it all the time, all day, when a little bit then becomes a lot, and then it becomes a problem that's making it harder for you to lose weight, harder for you to eat healthy, because you have constantly giving yourself permission to eat outside of your plan, your diet, whatever you got going on. So here's what I have worked on doing instead. Like I said, it's not like the urge for me has completely disappeared, but I have learned to manage it better. And so now I kind of check myself, and when I want to tell myself a little bit's okay, then I remind myself, okay, but how many times have you said that today? How many times have you thought that today? You know, how many times is a little bit okay? And then it really reminds myself that I'm on a slippery slope here with letting myself think a little bit's okay. And I remind myself that when you think that now, you're going to think that later, and a little bit will become a lot. One of the other things I do is I have certain foods, right? I mentioned those crackers. I have certain foods that this comes up a lot more often. So it might be crackers, it might be like a dessert or a little something. This idea that a little bit is okay typically tends to come up around things that like sometimes people think of as joy foods or foods that maybe you get cravings for, foods that you really like. They taste really good, but maybe aren't as nutritionally beneficial for you. And so one of the things that I have done is I have really worked to periodically plan those foods throughout my day, throughout my week. So, I let myself have a little bag of crackers every day because I know I'm going to crave them, I'm going to want them. And if I don't plan for them, I'm probably going to eat them anyways. And then next thing you know, I'm on that slippery slope again of not committing to what I've planned for myself. So for those foods, I really suggest you plan them periodically throughout your diet, throughout your week, throughout your, month or whatever. Because if you know you're going to really crave them, you know you're going to want them, rather than eating them and then kind of going against what you plan for them. And then next thing you know, when that thought comes up just a little bit, then you're like, wait, no, no, no. I got this plan for tomorrow, or I got this plan for a snack. I'm going to get some later. And so it really feels a lot less restrictive, where you still feel like you get to get those foods that you enjoy, but you are not kind of flirting with that idea that a little bit doesn't hurt, when next thing you know, you're telling yourself that so much, a little bit becomes a lot. Okay, so that is for today. If you catch yourself, I'd really love for y'all, like this week, to really check yourself, catch yourself, think about it throughout the week. How many times are you telling yourself, well, just a little bit, well, just a little bit. And then, really kind of think, okay, can I let that go? Can I no longer let that be a reason that I eat outside of my diet, outside of my plan for myself? That really, the plan you made when you wanted to eat healthy and lose weight, I really want y'all to check yourself this week, see how much of a difference that makes for y'all. All right, I hope y'all are doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.